Politics.
As Israeli
Facebook
politicians
now allows politicians to
Anyone,
pay.
including a politician.
Politics is full of surprises, and every year, it seems, we are greeted with shocking new scandals that captivate the world. These scandals can be political, financial, or even deeply personal, but they all share one thing in common. They shake the very foundations of the public's trust in leaders and systems. As we enter the year 2025, a number of major scandals have already emerged that are creating waves across the globe. Some of these scandals involve the kind of corruption that has long plagued governments, while others are centered around secret deals and backdoor negotiations that leave the public wondering just how much they've been kept in the dark. Then, there are the ones so unbelievable, so outrageous, that they feel like the plot of a thrilling movie, too strange to be true. These scandals serve as stark reminders that politics is often stranger than fiction, and that even the most powerful individuals are not immune from falling victim to their own mistakes, or worse, their own greed. Let's take a closer look at the biggest political scandals of 2025 so far. These incidents, though they are still unfolding in some cases, have already had profound impacts on public opinion, the media, and in some cases, entire political landscapes. From controversial policies to explosive revelations, the world is watching closely to see how these scandals will play out. And trust me, the details behind each one are even more shocking than the headlines. You won't want to miss number 5. It's one that will truly leave you speechless. Let's dive in. Here's a version with doubled length for each scandal. Scandalone. The secret A manipulation. Artificial intelligence is revolutionizing industries worldwide, but could it also be secretly influencing politics in ways we never imagined? A major investigation has uncovered a shocking network of AI systems being used to manipulate public opinion on an unprecedented scale. These AI-driven operations were behind the spread of fake news, deepfake videos, and even coordinated online responses designed to sway public sentiment and influence voters. The scope of this manipulation is vast, with AI programs carefully targeting specific demographics, creating content designed to stir emotions, spread misinformation, and divide voters on key issues. These AI systems were capable of adapting and responding in real time to online conversations, making it incredibly difficult for authorities to track and stop. As governments around the world scramble to catch up, passing new regulations and tightening security measures, many fear the damage might. Trust in the political process has been severely eroded, as people now question whether their opinions and votes were shaped by algorithms rather than genuine information. Could this be the beginning of a new era where elections and public opinion are manipulated in ways we're only starting to understand? Scandal 2. The billion-dollar bribery case. In a stunning revelation, a high-profile bribery scandal has rocked the political world, involving a powerful politician and a group of wealthy business moguls. Leaked documents, including confidential emails and financial records, have exposed an elaborate scheme where millions of dollars were exchanged for political favors. The bribes allowed certain corporations to bypass regulations, gain access to government contracts, and secure special privileges, all while the public remained unaware. The full scale of the bribery is still coming to light, but reports suggest that it goes far beyond a few isolated incidents. Evidence indicates that this bribery network has shaped major political decisions over the years, directly benefiting the business leaders involved while leaving ordinary citizens with the consequences of broken policies. Public outrage has been swift and intense, with widespread protests erupting across multiple cities, demanding accountability and immediate investigations. Citizens are now calling for systemic changes in campaign finance laws and stronger safeguards against corporate influence in politics. As more details emerge, many are wondering just how deep this scandal goes and how many other politicians might be involved in similar illicit activities. Scandal 03. Election hacking fears come true. For years, cybersecurity experts have been warning about the possibility of election hacking, and in 2025, those fears became a chilling reality. A massive cyber attack targeted voting systems in multiple countries, successfully breaching electoral infrastructure and disrupting voting processes. The attack was sophisticated, involving a range of tactics from manipulating vote counts to undermining voter registration systems. As the dust settles, it's clear that the integrity of the election process has been seriously compromised. While authorities are working overtime to identify the hackers behind the breach, the very foundation of democracy has been shaken to its core. Trust in election outcomes has plummeted as citizens now question whether their votes were counted fairly or manipulated by external actors. Governments around the world are facing intense scrutiny as they try to prevent future attacks and restore faith in the electoral system. Experts agree that this is a wake-up call, a moment for leaders to invest heavily in securing their voting systems and combating cyber threats that could potentially undermine democracies everywhere. The world is watching closely, and the consequences of failing to act could be disastrous for the future of global elections. Scandal 4. The hidden offshore account. In one of the most stunning exposes of the year, a group of investigative journalists has uncovered a vast network of secret offshore bank accounts linked to some of the world's most powerful political figures. These accounts, which were carefully hidden to avoid detection, have allegedly been used to stash millions of dollars in untaxed income, funds derived from illicit activities, and money meant to finance extravagant lifestyles. The revelation has implicated top leaders from various countries, some of whom have long maintained their public personas as champions of financial transparency. However, behind the scenes, these individuals were found to be using these hidden accounts to funnel money out of their countries, avoiding taxes and enriching themselves at the expense of the public. The investigation has sparked widespread calls for stricter financial transparency laws, with citizens demanding that political leaders disclose all assets and earnings to ensure accountability. As more names are revealed, pressure is mounting on governments to take action, punish those involved, and implement stronger regulations to prevent further corruption. The scandal has highlighted the need for sweeping reforms to ensure that the wealthy and powerful can no longer escape scrutiny. Scandal 5. The government cover-up that shocks the world. This is the scandal that has truly shocked the world, one that no one saw coming and has left millions questioning their government's motives. A whistleblower has come forward with damning evidence suggesting that a major government has been actively covering up a national crisis that has affected public safety and put countless citizens at risk. The full details of the crisis are still unfolding, but early reports indicate that it involves a significant public health risk, environmental hazards, or even covert military operations that were kept hidden from the general population. The whistleblower, whose identity remains protected, claims that government officials knowingly suppressed critical information to avoid panic and protect political interests. As investigations continue, public demand for answers has grown louder, with protests, hearings, and media coverage all calling for full transparency. This is a scandal of monumental proportions, and as more information comes to light, it seems that this cover-up could have far-reaching consequences for both the citizens involved and the politicians implicated. The truth may be more disturbing than anyone could have imagined, and the consequences of this deception could change the course of history. The year 2025 is proving to be one of the most scandalous in political history, with aid manipulation, bribery, election hacking, secret bank accounts, and a shocking cover-up. The world is watching closely. Will these scandals lead to change, or will they be forgotten? Only time will tell. Which of these scandals surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments.